Hello, my name is David Braben, and I'm here to talk to you, along with a number of other developers who've worked on the game, about Winter of the Melodias, the sequel to LostWinds. LostWinds was a game that came out last year, featuring Toku, who's a little boy who lives in windy part of the world. But from a game point of view, the thing that's really great about it is it used a new control system where you're controlling both Toku, this little kid, and also the wind, causing him to float, leap between parts in a sort of mountainous environment and doing puzzles, creating new kinds of puzzles that you won't have seen before.
First game was basically about a little boy called Toku. He finds this stone which contains a long lost spirit called Enril, who's the spirit of the wind, and it's basically about their journey together, using Enril's powers to guide Toku as they try to restore all of Enril's powers and hopefully one day defeat the evil spirit Balazar.
Winter of the Melodias tells the story of Toku looking for his mother. In the last game, we alluded to the fact that she was an adventurer and she was off in different parts of the world. But she's gone missing and no one's heard from her for a few weeks. The only thing that they found is her journal, which details the last place she was seen. So Enril agrees to help Toku search for his mother. And that kicks off the adventure.
Well, whereas the first one was set in Toku's hometown of Homeset, so it was all summery and lovely, and he knew the area really well. We wanted to take him and put him somewhere entirely new for the player and new for the characters as well. So for that reason, we really wanted to make it as big a contrast as possible to the first one, which is why we have this sort of this winterscape. We've got the mountains and the frozen waterfalls and basically just an area that both Toku and Enril will be unfamiliar with. What I really wanted to get across was increasing this story. I really wanted there to be more for the player to be able to read and to hear about. I really wanted them to get to know more about Mistralis and get to know more about the spirits, and I like the idea of the characters going off and having their own little world and their own little adventures when maybe you're not speaking to them, so when you come back they've all been off doing something, and yeah, I think that was important to me.
One of the things we want to do that's different from the first game is we really want to explore the background of characters and really build a much more rich world. We've included a lot more characters in this one, and rather than just having a lot of incidental things about what's happening, they're much more involved. So the Summer Falls villagers are used to it being summer. As you unlock the power to change seasons, you'll hear the villagers' comments about how this is changing their lives. So there's this kind of thing, like with the Summer Falls villagers, for instance, they're used to it being summer and they're dressed mostly to deal with sort of summer environments. And whilst you, as the player, may need to change it to winter to sort of unravel the mystery about where Magdi has gone, doing so actually affects their lives. But also the seasons themselves have changed other parts of the world, and the villagers themselves are afraid of these monsters. And since it's become winter, these monsters have been getting closer and closer to the village. So the winter sort of has brought a danger, but it's necessary.
I guess a lot of the background characters and the sporting characters we've given more of a role in this one, whereas in the first they might offer just kind of slight glimpses into what's going on, remarking, wow, you're really fast, or oh, you can jump really high. Now we wanted to give them more of a sort of a tale to tell, so they're talking about what's going on in the story. They're talking about other characters that you've met, and they're talking about well, the changes in the environment as well. That's a big part of it. Is obviously because you have this new power where you can switch between summer and winter. We wanted the characters to remark on how strange that is and how that's affecting them. And I think there's a little bit of that in the game that should come across.
Winter the Melodias has a few returning characters from the first game. The most obvious ones is Notea, Dio, and Magmok. As some of you may remember, Magmok was actually the boss character from the first game, and Enlil and Toku basically cured him of Balasar's decay. It infected his mind, and you eventually sort of helped him get out from that state and return him to his normal kind of green, sort of flowery look. And as his kind of thank you for that, he helps you at the very beginning of the game reach Summer Falls, which is where you're trying to go to.
You get to meet Magdi, who is from the first game. Also, you've got a wide range of other characters, including obviously Balasar, the evil guy, and his hench characters, if you like, coming into it. And actually, you get to meet the Melodias. So I think overall, we've got new playable characters as well. You know, overall there are a lot of new things, but there's also a lot of tie back with the first game.